What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush, Let's Talk Jets Radio. This video has nothing to do about the New York Jets or the NFL. This is completely off topic about mental health. So if this does not interest you, please check out the rest of our channel. We appreciate it. Periodically, I try to talk about mental health issues with depression, anxiety, and just try to help raise awareness. I'm by no means, I'm not an expert. I just deal with it. And any way I can try to help raise awareness or offer some kind of support, that's the whole goal of these videos. One of the most common questions I get, and listen, thank you to everybody who reaches out to me. I appreciate it. And obviously, there's many ways you can get support. There's hotlines, there's, online groups you can look up. You can talk to a friend, family members, therapists, there's a lot of different things. But people that reach out to me, I have no problem sharing my insight or my thoughts or help maybe guide you in a different direction. But one of the things that I talked about a lot is when you feel really down, how do you get out of it? Like what are some tricks that try to trigger you in a different direction? Because when you're dealing with depression, it's very easy to spiral out of control, going down the wrong path, doing things that just make you feel even worse. Like when I'll get down and out, I'll start eating like crazy, I'll drink, I'll do all kinds of stuff. And after you do that, you feel even worse about yourself. So it's kind of like piling on and making things worse. So what I've learned to do is I find things where it's like if I get in that funk, I'll kind of remove myself from social media, which I find to be a trigger for a lot of things. And I'll kind of listen to music, and like upbeat music or motivational music. If I don't want to listen to it, I'll watch YouTube videos, concerts. It's like a mental escape where it's like, all right, I got to unplug from the world for a little bit to get myself back on track. I don't want to hear about politics or football or people arguing, or I don't really care what people, I just got to decompress and isolate myself and snap myself out of it. And a lot of times for me, music does it. Or what you can do is, put on a series on Netflix and just engulf yourself in a series and just, it's like mindless entertainment a lot of times can help. Or with music, sometimes lyrics can speak to you and kind of, like if you're in a car ride and like your favorite song comes on, all of a sudden you find yourself kind of like, all right, like you start, and like all of a sudden your mood kind of changes a little bit. Other times it's like, go get that workout in. And a lot of times the workout you don't have to be going out benching 500 pounds or, curling all these things, going crazy. It could be a simple walk. It could be a jog. It could be a light workout, go on the elliptical, go whatever, like just something to get a good sweat up and just kind of release some of your, like maybe your anger, your frustration, get a good sweat and just get rid of some toxins. A lot of times that can help too. And a workout could be anything that makes you feel good. Like it could be, kayaking, like just some kind of physical activity where you're not focused on life, you're focused on, just that goal, that task at hand. Other things could be, we're going to a fair, a festival, a market, getting out, meeting up with a friend, having like a burger, like just something where it's like you're out of the funk of being focused on things that are overpowering your mind, and it's forcing your mind to do something else. And it's not easy. Trust me, I know, like when I find myself in those spots, I don't want to be social. I don't want to be around people, but I've learned to branch out. Like I'll go walk the boardwalk, and you kind of just you go walk the beach, and you find yourself just kind of like, all right, exhale, figure it out. And try to figure out how, understand the trigger and understand, okay, this is how I can escape I can kind of change my mindset a little bit. And you got to and the other thing is finding hobbies you really enjoy. And it's got to be things that you enjoy. It can't be things that everybody else enjoys. Like in the past, I'd always found that I would always find myself in the same routine or the same cycle because my friends always did it or my family always did it, but mostly my friends. And I'd be doing it. I'm like, I really don't enjoy this. Like, why am I sitting here? Why am I doing this? I don't really enjoy this. Like, do I want to be sitting in a bar till midnight? No, I'd rather be sitting home doing something else and where it's more productive. I feel better about myself. And it's like, and I thoroughly enjoy it. Like I'd much rather watch, UFC fights and stuff like that than sitting, at some random bar, bored, drinking beer and eating nachos. You know what I mean? Like, but you got to find what works for you. And you got to figure out if the people that you're hanging around with are also, they match your goals and match your mindset. Like I learned that I had to kind of change my groups a little bit. Not that I changed my friends, but I changed what I did and when I did it. You know what I mean? And say, listen, these are kind of things I like to do. Who does that? And you kind of find yourself with that group, and it helps your mindset and helps you do things more. And again, a lot of stuff's not easy. I found myself doing a lot of things by myself early on because I needed to get out and do something. And it was things I found interesting. So a lot of it's not easy, but it's just, obviously you can never quit. You can never give up. And you just got to understand that if you let yourself fall down those traps, an hour could turn into 2 hours to 8 hours to a day to 2 days to a week. And you don't want to lose all that precious time. And you don't want to let it take you over that much either. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, Like I'll have it and I'll be like, all right, man, I got to go pound the elliptical for 45 minutes and get out of this funk because I can't let it carry over. Because what it does, it also carries over, it carries over to your job. It carries over to your personality when you interact with your family. And it's like, it's just not healthy, man. And it's just, you got to figure out ways to snap out of it as soon as possible so it doesn't, continue for a long period of time. So, just this a quick video, nothing earth-shattering here, but, I know times are getting tough, especially now. The holidays are coming up, and a lot of times we can't be outside. So kind of prepare yourself. Okay, listen, I'm not going to be able to go run the boardwalk or go do this. Let me find things to prepare myself that if I can't be outside all the time, what can I do inside to do? Like, is it, puzzles? Is it gaming? Is it, what is it that I can keep my mind occupied when I do start to struggle? Because, mental health is not something that goes away. And that's kind of the thing, like, mental health, it's weak. You get over it. You don't get over it. You may feel like you have under control for a period of time, but then there's going to be a time where you're going to struggle a little bit and you got to somewhat be prepared. So now it's like, okay, wintertime's coming up. I can't do certain things. What can I do to help myself during those times? And a lot of times it can be just talking to people. Like if you can find people to confide in and share it, well, you'll be surprised as they understand. And a lot of people are actually dealing with it. And the really cool thing is that more people are being outspoken about it, especially celebrities and athletes, which is great because it's giving them more comfort. More people are willing to listen. More people are willing to understand, and people are willing to help. So if you find yourself where it's like, let me talk to somebody and see what they think. And again, there's online resources, hotlines, therapists, friends, family, close friends. Reach out to them and just say, hey, listen, this is what's going on. And maybe they'll give you ideas. And you can look, there's also like on TED Talks, or I think it's TED Talks on YouTube. You can read those. There's books. There's websites you can talk about it, and see what happens there. So obviously, you never want to give up, and you got to find what works for you. Everybody has their own method, and it's all helpful. And if you have methods that work, feel free to share them. I'm always willing to listen to anybody. If there's somebody has an idea that says, hey, you know what, I like to do this, that helps me occupy my mind, I'm more than interested in learning about it. So hang in there. We are all in this together. Never quit, never give up, and never think you're alone, because you're definitely not alone. Now more than ever, the people are struggling with mental health, and everybody's trying to figure out ways to overcome it, overpower it. And you're going to be, it's just, there are resources out there to help you. So don't feel like you're something that you're struggling with by yourself, because it's not the case whatsoever. So have a good day. Like I said, leave feedback, leave comments, and I'm open to any conversation, and that's it.